Okay, so for our last problem, what we did was we had to manipulate one of the equations in order to get the same coefficient with different signs. Now for the last problem it was a little bit easier because one of the coefficients went into the other. In this case, no number goes into the other number. So what we have to do is we have to manipulate both equations. Alright? So again, this is another situation where you identify which variable you want to get rid of first. It's not going to make a difference. You just have to remember that you have to have the same coefficient with a different sign. So I'm going to get rid of the x values. Now I need to get the x values to both have the same number. The lowest number that 3 and 5 have in common is 15. So I'm going to find a way to get 3 to 15 and 5 to 15. So again, we're going to multiply both equations. 3 times 5 gives you 15. 5 times 3 gives you 15. And please remember that one of them has to be negative, since these are both positive. Again, that's up to you. It's not going to make a difference either way. So I'm going to choose the top. And now we distribute both. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15x. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12y. And negative 3 times negative 30 is a positive 90. And we do the same for the second equation. 5 times 3x is 15x. 5 times negative 9 is negative 45y. And 5 times negative 18 is negative 90. Alright? So now that we have the same coefficient with different signs, now we just combine our two equations. The x's cancel out, which was my goal in the first place. Negative 12y plus negative 45y will give you a negative 57y. And 90 minus 90 cancels out, or becomes 0. Then we divide by negative 57, and our y is equal to 0. And then we do the same thing we did in the last problem. Now that we solve for one variable, we have to plug it in to whichever equation you find easier and solve for the second variable. So I'm going to choose the first one this time. So everywhere I see y, I'm plugging in 0. Four times 0 is 0. So 5x is equal to negative 30. And then to get x by itself, just divide by 5. And actually give you negative